Keiko, would you like to maybe comment on these last few paragraphs? Anything that comes to your mind?
Well, for me personally, I've actually been there where I've sat in your chair and didn't want to listen to anybody. I mean, I still sometimes don't want to listen to people, right? So, but your life will never change, and the things that you want for yourself positively will never happen for you if you don't want to change. So people can be, like us up here saying all of this to you. If you are not receptive to the information, as in you don't care and you don't want to change or listen or want the best for yourself, it's never going to happen. So it has to come from yourself, Hopefully there may be something we can say that may touch you in a little way. Maybe not now, maybe in 5 years, 10 years maybe. It took me a while too, so. But, I think it's hard to listen when you don't want to. You have to want to listen.
Thanks, Keiko. Give her a round of applause. First voice is, how well do I listen to the voice of wisdom, those who love me and know what's best for me, on a 0 to 10. So you are going to mark it between 0 to 10 on how well you are listening to and acting upon all the 7 voices. So voice number 1 is the voice of wisdom. So when you have an adult, a mentor, someone in your life that cares about you, wants to guide you in the right direction, how well do you listen to their voice and act upon what they're saying? 0 to 10. So you just want to mark between 0 and 10 on that little graphic equalizer right there. Second voice, Tuesday. How well do I listen to the voice of my mind, my inner truth, or my conscience? So your inner voice of what's right and what's wrong. Are you listening to that voice? Yes or no? 0 to 10. If you're listening to and acting on it, obviously you guys are listening good enough because you put yourself here in this classroom, right? That's you're progressing yourself, so you're doing good in that area as well. All of you are doing
check
good.
The numbers like this.
Yeah, you can do it in that box to the left or the actual number itself. Okay. So write down 0 to 10 where you are listening to your own voice of your inner truth or conscience. Wednesday, how well do I listen to the voice of my heart? My self-love, my self-purity, my self-respect. Am I listening to that voice within my heart? Self-love, self-purity, and self-respect. Am I respecting myself by listening to my heart? 0 to 10. You're listening to and acting on what your heart is leading you to do, wanting to do good for yourself. Okay, Thursday. How well do I listen to the voice of my body? No harmful substances, good food, and exercise. Are you taking care of your body? Your body wants you to eat good food, drink good fruit juices, do good for yourself, and also get good exercise. Are you doing what's good for your body, or are you polluting your body? You're trashing your body. Are you listening to that voice of your body? 0 to 10. It's listening to and acting on. That's what it really means to listen. Mark it down on that graphic equalizer right there. Friday, how well do I listen to the voice of silence? Just as Thomas was listening to the silence, right? He sat up against the tree. He calmed the wild winds of his fearful mind. And then barely, way off in the distance, he could barely hear his buddy's voice yelling towards him, right? So that's like a daily meditation. So like if you wake up in the morning, maybe you can stretch a little bit, sit upright and just meditate a little bit, or go down, have some alone time to listen and calm yourself in the silence, quieting your mind. How well can you do that? Are you doing that at all? Do you know how to quiet your mind? 0 to 10. How well are you listening to the voice of silence. And the Saturday is like the barbecue day. Yeah, how well do I listen to the voice of nature, the sound of the ocean, birdies, the rain and wind? Yeah, you guys ever like to just go down on the beach and listen to the sound of the waves? Yeah, isn't it beautiful? Or maybe the sound of the rain or the wind. It's beautiful. How well are you listening to the sounds of nature? 0 to 10. Are you connecting to nature? You know, Keiko is an amazing bodyboarder. You know, we both have a passion of surfing and being in the ocean and just getting in tune with that vibration of nature, you know, and it's really healing to our souls, you know. So are you connecting to nature? Are you listening to the sounds of nature? Last one, Sunday, 0 to 10. How well am I listening to the voice of spirit? My inspiration, creative expression, my higher power, 0 to 10. Are you listening to the voice of spirit? Let's mark it in there. Mark it in there. Are you listening to the voice of your spirit, your inspiration, your higher power, your creative expression? So you can see that graphic equalizer right there. Yeah, you see those knobs at the bottom? See how you can turn those knobs up or turn those knobs down right there?
You can.
Yeah, you can. Try it. Okay. See right there in the bottom left-hand corner, total score out of 70. Let's tally it up. Let's tally up the total score of 70. And I'm going to go around the room, and then we're going to discuss your self-test results. Okay. All right. Who are we gonna go for with first? Yes, my brother. How's it going? 30. Let's give him a big round of applause for that, everybody. Out of those voices, which one are you most proud of listening to? Okay. The voice of your heart. Let's give him a round of applause for that. And out of those voices, which do you feel like you need to work on a little bit more?
None of them.
Come on, there's one. You got 30, so it's out of 7.
Now I listen to my mom.
Okay, listen to your mom. Let's give him a round of applause for that. He feels like he needs to work. Yes, sir. What did you get out of 70?
43.
43. Let's give him a round of applause. Round of applause. Excellent. Out of those 7 voices, which do you feel most proud of yourself for listening to?
Listening to the voice of my heart.
Very good. Excellent. Listen to the heart. Very good. And out of those 7, which do you personally feel like you need to work on a little bit more?
Listening to the voice of my body.
Listening to his body. Very good. Listening to the voice of his body. Okay, maybe your lungs are saying, hey, let's stop smoking. Or, you never know. Or, hey, let's stop going to McDonald's. You don't know what it is, you know? You just got to listen to the voice. Yeah, listen to the voice, everybody. So, I'd like to give a big round of applause for everybody in that self-test. Very good. Everyone did very good. So what we're going to do right now is we're just going to do a little group meditation. You guys did really good with the self-test. So a group meditation is, let's try our best to sit upright in your chairs. Try to get the spinal cord straight. Yeah. So it's just a really easy guided meditation that we're just going to use right here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to tap into your intuitive sense right now. So let's just relax with some deep breaths, deep silent breaths. So we're going to listen to the first voice right now. So the first voice is wisdom. So we're just going to relax the mind, and I want you to listen to the wisdom just for a couple moments right here. Voice of wisdom. Second voice. Do a meditation for the second voice, listening to your voice of mind, your conscience of right and wrong. We're going to tap into that voice. Let's listen to the voice of your conscience right now, just for a couple minutes. Allow your mind to explore that voice as you're breathing calmly in the silence. Here we go. Third voice. I know some of the female students and one of the male students was talking about listening to the voice of the heart. So when we listen to the voice of the heart, let's hear what the heart is saying to our minds right now in this dialogue that we can create. What is your heart saying to your mind? So let's listen to the voice of the heart right now for a couple minutes. Very good. We're going to go to Thursday. Listening to the voice of your body. So what is your body going to communicate to you as you tune in? Remember, during this meditation, just like Thomas, he tuned in from a deeper place. Listen from a deeper place. Listen to the body. We're going to listen to what the body is saying to you. We're going to go to Friday, listening to the silence. This is just learning how to quiet the mind, listening to that intuitive voice that comes up, a voice of truth, voice of love. Let's calm and quiet the mind and listen to the voice of silence. Now we're going to move to Saturday. Whatever that sound of nature that you most connect to, sound of the ocean, the wind, the rain, whatever it is, the wind, the birds, let's tap into that voice of nature. Let's listen in to that voice of nature right now. Whatever that sound is. For me, it's the sound of the ocean. So when I go into this meditation, I'll be listening in for the sound of the waves because it's very calming and healing for me. And the last voice, which is Sunday, the voice of spirit, your higher power, your spiritual self, your creative expression, your inspiration. Let's listen to the voice of inspiration, that higher power. Listen to that voice. You'll be very surprised. Sometimes that voice can guide you, guide your life, can give you a direct message. Let's listen to that direct message of what the voice of your spirit can guide you to do. Okay, very good. So what we're going to do right now is right here where it says, am I really listening? Am I really listening? We're going to read this paragraph, all of us together. Okay? Are you ready? Paragraph 23. Let's start off from the top here. What is the voice of wisdom saying to me? Am I listening to it? What is the voice of my mind saying to me? Am I listening to it? What is the voice of my heart saying to me? Am I listening to it? What is the voice of my body saying to me? Am I listening to it? What is the voice of silence saying to me? Am I listening to it? What is the voice of nature saying to me? Am I listening to it? What is the voice of my spirit saying to me? Am I listening to it? What is my reply to these voices? Do I ignore them or do I listen to them so as to act on what they are suggesting me to do? Am I really tuning in and listening from a deeper place to live in harmony with them? Good job. Give you guys a big round of applause. So we're gonna read paragraph 24, then we're gonna go to the last page, all of us together. Are you ready? Always remember that you got 7 choices for 7 ways of giving ear to what you should hear. You must develop surround sound. Your brain must tune it in and turn it up. Listen to the 7, avoid the noise, and make the choice to listen to the voice. Very good.